Good morning, my fellow yoga travelers. Mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. It's Friday, so it's PowerPoint presentation day, or just using some slides to remind me of images and then some words that are connected to that has to do with the journey we're on. So first we start with Shiva Nataraj. We're all involved in what's called the Lila, the dance of life. And I love this little statue. He has all the ring of fire, the madness of the cosmos, with all its exploding supernovas, and especially on the earth plane, everything is running down through entropy. And yet, he's swinging through it all, surfing through it all. One hand in the boon bestowing, fear not, one hand with the click of time, dancing on the demon of ignorance. And he has that transcendental face throughout it all. Lord of the dance, he's called. And so that's what we're doing. And like the phoenix that rises from the ashes, how do we learn to transform ourselves, keep our energy flowing, keep the aliveness going? Because the ease with which chaos can reassert itself is always there. So each one of us has to be on guard to do this, fight against it. There are so many forces that would make you feel depressed. Throw a wet blanket on your fire. Most people are so afraid of the fire and the love that they have inside themselves. It's like they're covering themselves in asbestos, or they allow situations to dampen them down because they think that'll keep them safe. But like so many other things in life, we don't have the right education for this. And so we suffer from ignorance. But it's your individual job to break through that, not accept what the masses accept. Now, every young person comes to disrupt what the generation before them did. So here the child is saying, yeah, don't you realize that collars are symbols of servience and subservience and repression? Yeah, your parents usually don't want to hear that. So this is where the people in your own family want to keep you in the energy of the family. But each one of us has drives bigger inside ourselves, and it's going to come out. Nothing can deny its own nature, as Krishna says in the Gita. So you can't repress this, and you can't sit on it when you stagnate. Now, there's so much going on in what I call Babylon, Mammon, the Uber culture. It's a freak show. The energy gets diverted to these side shows and rationalized. Oh, that's a good thing to do that. So you don't leave the fold and you stay like everybody else, all the other sheep. But it's your job not to be distracted, to find that thing that helps you see through. And that's where you come to what we call the hero archetype. The part of you that has the courage to face problems, to know what's wrong, to see the possibilities of what you could become. And that's overwhelming. But it's the affirmative answers to the shocks of existence. As Joseph Campbell says, according to the hero with 1,000 faces, the hero is any male or female who leaves the world of the everyday life to undergo a journey to the special world where the challenges and the fears are overcome in order to secure a quest which is then shared with the other members of the community. So we're all on the hero journey. And I always say, from the male point of view, I say there are 4 areas of action where you could recognize what I call the king, the magician, the warrior, and the lover. So the throne room is where the king or queen sit and make their decisions. And the library or the laboratory is where the knower, the jnana yogi, does their experiments, investigations, and finds out and knows what the truth is. And then you have the battlefield, symbolized by the football game, right? Where the struggle, the contention, the contending elements, the adversarial opposites have to deal with each other. And that's your warrior energy. And then you have the garden, the aesthetic, homo aestheticus. We want to make everything beautiful and see how to project love and affiliation into the world. So that's the garden. So those are the symbolic places where you recognize those energies are alive. But here's my female version of it also. And even though there's a modern idea that there is no center where the nutriment flows in from, but there are contact with other agencies in the world, So you don't have to just go around with fear and trembling. It's not just disorganized and chaotic. It's not just pain and struggle. But here are 9 archetypal heroine images, some truthful, some funny to understand, the romantic, the tragic, the mysterious, the hard-boiled, the cyborg, the murderous librarian, the cave woman, the Victorian time traveler, and the insect queen. I love that. Unpack that. Let me know what you get from that. But most important is you have to have someone in service of your bullshit indicator. I like Penn and Teller because they're always trying to debunk the false aspect of magic from the sleight of hand kind of magic. Okay. And if you have somebody to teach you that, then you won't get caught with an ad like this. Wanted somebody to go back in time with me. This is not a joke. You'll get paid after we get back. Must bring your own weapons. Safety not guaranteed. I have only done this once before. Who's going to sign up for this guy? Yeah. But the potential to carry what I'm talking about is not guaranteed. You got to make it happen. So first, you want to make it happen, understand what blocks you from happening. Who or what fuels your despair? Is it gloom? Is it agony? Because if you let that lead you, you'll be a joyless Puritan with no creative arousal. You can't farm this out. You can't give away your sovereignty. You have to claim it for yourself. And so first, diagnose what's wrong. Then have a vision of what's possible. Then step into your courage to address both those things and develop the energy to fuel that vision. Because that's what I call your spiritual libido. It's the central issue of your own life, how to access this, how to regulate it, and not let it either burn you up or freeze you to death, but you got to solder it to yourself, to fasten together the opposites. So there's a harmony between your yin and your yang, your male and your female, your Shiva and your Shakti, call it whatever you want. But any pair of dyads need to come together. And then, like Lewis Carroll would say, would you tell me, please, which way I ought to go from here? Well, that depends a good deal on where you want to get to, said the cat. I don't much care where, said Alice. Then it doesn't matter which way you go, said the cat. Like George Harrison says, if you don't know where you're going, any road can take you there. So at the beginning, we all have that question. It's out there, but how do I get it in here? Yeah, well, open up that box, and the only thing that'll be left will be hope. Some people see it or see it not. Some people connect to it or connect to it not. But my suggestion is follow the star. There's an epiphany, there's a breakthrough of light. There is hope that there is a center. So if you follow that star, you will at some point come in contact with a true representative of that center, and then your life will be completely different. So my friends, have a great week. Remember, thank you all for helping me to celebrate the 40th anniversary of opening up the yoga circle. And shameless marketing for all my young teachers out there. Never be afraid to tell everybody what's going on. Don't think that other people will do it for you. We have 2 rooms left open on our Mexico vacation, February 21 to February 28th in Puerto Morelos, our 28th year. So come join us if you think this is your cup of tea. Otherwise, have a great day.